Hello and good morning to one and all. And today I welcome you all for the fifth lecture on high performance computing. And the agenda point for today's lecture are I will discuss some examples of PDAM algorithm. That is, today I will discuss one example, that is how to compute or how to provide solution for prefix sum problem. So in the last lecture we have discussed the parallel summation. So in parallel summation we compute summation of n number, and the sum of n numbers are stored at location A0. And in this lecture, I will give you another example of parallel algorithm, that is prefix sum. And prefix sum is just reverse of parallel summation. In prefix summation, suppose we have given n items A1, A2, An, and an associative binary operator plus, and we want to compute sum such that it will be initially A1, and then in next step A1 plus A2, and in next step A1 plus A2 plus A3, and going on so on and so forth. And in the last step we add A1 plus A2 plus A3, A4, An, and the sum of all these numbers will be stored at last location, that is An location. So parallel summation is a reverse of prefix sum, or you can say prefix sum is reverse of parallel summation. And for example, I will start with, suppose I want to add these 5 number, and you can also take it as an example of Fibonacci series, but it is different from Fibonacci series. And suppose we want to add these 5 number 3, 1, 0, 4, 2, and these are 5 number, so 3, 1, 0, 4, 2, and initially these number will be stored in the shared global memory. So in the first step A1 will be taken as it is, and in second step we would like to add the first and second number as it is shown, A1 plus A2. So A1 is 3 and A2 will be 4. So 3 plus 1 will be 4. So A1 will be taken as it is, and 4 is the addition of 3 and 1. Similarly, 4 will be the addition of A1 and A2, and in next step we add A1, A2 and A3. So A1 and A2 is already added, that is 4, and 4 is added with 0, so it will give you 4. So these will be the third step, and next we will add A1 plus A2 plus A3 plus A4. And finally, A3, sum of A3 is 4, and 4 is added with 4, so it will give you 8. And in last step we add the A1, A2, A3, A4, and the sum of A1, A2, A3, A4 is 8, and it is added with A5, so it will give you the sum. And you can see from the result that sum of these addition will be stored at last location. So prefix sum is reverse of parallel summation, and the sum of n quantities will be added at last location. So next, move on to prefix sum problem has many application. You can take an example. Suppose I have an array. I have given an array of n letters, say array of n letters, say it may be capital or a small case letter. So I will take the example. So A, B, C, D, E, F, so suppose shared memory consists of n letter, and these are mix of capital letter and a small case letter. The problem is I want to pack the array of letter only to uppercase letter. So the problem is that I want to convert this array of n letter such that it will pack only uppercase letter. So for example, prefix sum has many applications. One such application is how we can pack an array of letter to either uppercase or lowercase. So this is uppercase example. So how I will solve this problem? So I create another temporary array, and temporary array will store one corresponding to the input array A. If the input array A has capital letter, then it will store 1, and if the input array has a small case letter, then it will store 0, and so on and so forth. So C is also capital, you can see, and it will also store 1, and D is you can see it is capital, so it will also store 1, and E you can see it is small, so it will store 0, and F is capital, so it will store 1, G and H is 0, and finally I is capital letter. So this is we create a temporary array, and here we convert the capital case letter and a small case letter to a binary value. You can take any decimal value also, and now you have the temporary array, and now I use this temporary array as input array, and I want to perform a prefix sum. I would like to calculate the prefix sum on these value. So you can see these are n number: A1, A2, A3, A4, A5, A6, A7, A8, and so on and so forth, A9 value. So now, so I will just add in one step, because we have to go with algorithm also. So for example, this is how the prefix sum will be calculated. So 1 will be taken as it is, because it is A1, you can see A1 first taken, and then in second step A1 is added with A2, so 1 is added with 0, so it will be 1, and then in next step this one, that is A1 plus A2 is added to A3, so it will be 2, and A1, A2, A3 is added with A4. So sum is at this location now, and now we add 2 with 1. So at A4 you will get 3, and now the sum is at A4 location. So now 3 will be added with A5. So you will get 3, and next, moving on, so now the sum of A1, A2, A3, A4, A5 is A3. So here we add A5 with A6, and it will be 4. And similarly, sum of A1 to A5 is at A6. So A1 to A6 is at A6. So now we add A6 with A7. So that is 4 plus 0 is 4, and now sum at A7 is sum of A1 to A7, that is 4, and 4 is added with 0, so it will be 4, and finally the sum of A1 to A8 is at A8, and now we add A8 with A9, so it will be 5. And so this is how we get the prefix sum of from the temporary array. So now what I will do, I will convert this prefix sum to resultant array A, where we keep the value of capital letter whose position is indicated by sum of value with change. So you can see the first capital letter has a value 1, and then there is C and D are the capital letter, F is the capital letter, and I is the capital letter. So wherever the value of previous data is changed, that will be taken as or you can say the first next value will be considered as the location for storing only the capital case letter or packing the capital case letter in the initial portion of resultant array. So this is the initial portion of resultant array. So I would like to here I would put A, and second location will be used to store the another capital case letter, that is C, and third location will be used to store another capital case letter, D, and so on and so forth, and fourth location will be used to store the capital case letter F, and fifth location will be used to store I. So is it clear? Okay. So we will move on to next location, next example. Okay. So moving on, next we come to the example of prefix sum algorithm, and we have taken the same example for parallel summation also. So you can see there are 10 numbers 4, 3, 8, 2, 9, 1, 0, 5, 6, 3, and the objective is to compute the sum such that A1 is added with A2 and A2 is added with A3 and A3 is added with sum of A3 is added with A4 and so on and so forth, and finally the sum is stored at location AN. So the objective is to compute sum, and finally the sum of n number will be stored at AN. So we have discussed in parallel summation that if we want to add n number, then we can use n by 2 number of processor. But at same time also I have told you the required number of processor vary from problem to problem. So in this problem, actually to add n number, we start with, you can see, n minus 1 number of processor, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we have 10 number and we want to add 10 number using n minus 1 number of processor, and so totally we use n minus 1 number of processor, and in next step we use n minus 2 number of processor, and then in next step we use n minus 4 processor, and on next step state we use n minus 8 processor, and so on and so forth, and finally we use n1 processor. So you can take it in any way. Either you can do it with n by 2 or n by 4 or n by 8. The same concept is applied here. Initially you can think number of processor and n by 2, n by 4, n by 8, or similarly n minus 1, n minus 2, n minus. So as we know, in sequential problem, if I want to add n number, we need to perform n minus 1 addition steps. So you can see the n minus 1 addition step is performed in this way. That is, it starts with n minus 1, then n minus 2, and n minus 4, then n minus 8, and so on and so forth. So here you can see how we add. So the first processor, that is P1 is adding at location A1, it is adding the sum of, you can see the sum of A1, that is A1 plus A0. It is adding 4 and 3, so 3 and 4 is added. So you can say it is adding A1 plus A0. Similarly, processor P2 is adding A2 and A1. A2 and A1. Is it clear? And processor P3 is adding A3 and A2. So you can see it is adding the current number with the previous number, and so on and so forth. So the processor P8 is adding the element at A8 location plus the element at processor P9 is adding element at A9 plus the element at A8. Is it clear? So now you can see we just add the number, and you can see from the steps to understand how prefix sum is computed. So P1 is adding 4 and 3. So 4 is taken as it is, and then 4 is added with 3. So it becomes 7. And then the shared memory has the value at location A1 is 3. So now 3 will be added with 8. So you will get 11 here. 3 and 8, 11. 8 is added with 2 at the next location, so it will be 10. And 2 is added with 9, so you will get 11. And 9 is added with 1, so you will get 10. And 1 is added with 0, so you will get 1. And 0 is added with 5, so you will get 5. And 5 is added with 6, so you will get 11. And 6 is added with 9, so 6 is added with 3, so you will get 9. Is it clear? So you can see the first processor is adding the element at location A1 plus A0. So 4 and 3, so it will be 7, and 4 is taken as it is to the next shared memory location. And then processor P2, that is here, processor P2 is adding the content at location A2 plus A1. So content at location A2 plus A1. So it will give you the 11. P3 will add the element at A3 plus A2. So 2 plus 8, that is 10. And P4 will add element at A4 plus A3, that is 2 plus 9, that is 11. And P5 will add the element at A5 plus A4, and P6 will add element at A6 plus A5, and so on and so forth. So initially we have used n minus 1 addition steps, or n minus 1 processor. In next step we use n minus 2 processor. So since the maximum number of processor that we have used has is the n minus 1 processor. So moving on, next we use So next we use N minus 2 processor. So just I have not written one step. So again here I will write the one step, and rest will be the same. So next we use in second step we use N minus 2 processor. So that is, there are 8 number of processor, you can see. So processor P1, again the processor is starting from 1. So processor P1 will add the element at A2 and A0. So here you can see the processor P1 is, you can see the processor P1 is adding the element at A2 and the element at A2 plus A0 and so on and so forth, and processor P2 is adding the element at A3 plus A1 and processor P3 is adding the element at A4 P4 is adding the element at A5 and A5 and A3 and E5 is adding the element at A6, that is element at A6 and the element at A4, and going on it will likewise it will add. So you can see 4 is added with the element at A2, so 4 and 7 will be taken as it is. Next the processor P1 is adding the element at A2 with A0, so you can see 4 is added with 11, so it becomes 15, and 7 is added with 10, 7 is added with 10, so it becomes 17, and 11 is added with 11, so it will become 22, and 10 is added with 10, so it will become 20, and 11 is added now with 1, so it will be 12, and 10 is added with 5, so it will be 15, and 1 is added with 11, so it will be 12, and 5 is added with 9, so it will be 14. So you can see that, and you can see processor P1 is adding A2 plus A0, P2 is adding A3 plus A1, and so on and so forth. And in next step we use N minus 4 processor. So in the last step we have used N minus 4 processor, N minus 1, N minus 2, N minus 4, and N minus 1. So in next step, this is your processor P1, and P1 is adding the 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 element at A4 plus A0. So P1 is adding element at A4, and A4 it is adding A4 and A0 and so on and so forth. So element at A4 and A0, P2 is adding element at A5 and A1, element at A5 and A1, so A5 and A1, and P3 is adding element at A6, A6 plus two, and so on and so forth. P4 is adding A7, and at A7 it is adding A7 plus A3, and so on and so forth. And P5 is adding, so A8, and at A8 it is adding A8 plus A4, and P6 is adding A9. At location A9 it is adding A9 plus A5. Is it clear? So now in next step we add A0 with A4. So 4, these all number will be copied, same here, 14, 17, 14, 7, 15 and 17. So now 4 is added with 17, so it will give you, 4 is added with 22. You can take it here because this, so it will be 26, and now 7 is added with 20, so it will be 27. 15 is added with 12, so it will be 37, and 17 is added with 15, so it will be 32, and now 22 is added with 12, so 22 it will be 34, and 20 is added with 14, so it will be 34. So next, moving on, we will use n-8 processor. So we have n-4, n-8, and so we will use only two processor, 8 and 9, or you can say 1 and 2, and so here the rest of the things will be copied, and so you can see 4 will be added with 34, so it will give you 38, and 7 is added with 34, so it will give you, and if we add these number here, so you can see 4 is added with 3, that is 7, and 7 is added with 8, that is 15, and 15 is added with 2, so that is 17, and 17 is added with 9, so that is 26, and 26 is added with 1, so it will be 27, and 27 is added with 27, so it will be 27, 27 is added with 5, so it will be 32, and 32 is added with 6, so it will be 38, and 38 is added with 3, so it will be 41. So at the last location you can match all these value, 4, 7, 15, 17, 26, 27, 37, 32, 38, 41. So you can see. So next move on to what the concept is used. So initially n-1 processor is used. So you can see from the algorithm that this is the algorithm for prefix sum. So we have given n number of item A1 to AN, and sum is computed such that A1 is added with A2 and A2 is added with A3 and A3 is added with A4, so on and so forth, and finally the sum is stored at An, and we use global variable n is used to indicate the size of data, and data is A0 to here you can see A0 to A n minus 1, A0 to A n minus 1, and J is used to perform the addition steps. So in the last class also we have discussed. So in this problem we use n number of n minus 1 number of processor. Why? But here I have written P1 to Pn. But you can see the numbers are from 0 to n minus 1, and the processor that we use, that is from 1 to n. So if the number is 0 to n minus 1, so it will be 1 to n. So 1 less than the size of input data. And now in next iteration we use to activate all the processors. So you will have processor n minus 1 that is going from 1 to n and 1 to n. So it will activate in first step, it will activate n minus 1 processor, and for all value of I, that is I is going from 1 to 9, and J will be 0. So you can see J will be 0, and for P1, so I1, that is P1, so I1, and now here in this loop it will compute, it will test the condition I minus 2 to the power j is greater than equal to 1. So what is the value of I? I is 1, and 2 to the power j, j is 0, 2 to the power 0 is 1. So 1 minus 1 is 0, and 0 is greater than equal to 0. So condition satisfied. So here the processor P1 will add the element at location. You can see the element at location AI, and it will add the element at AI with A of I minus 2j. So I is 1, so it will add A1, and at A1 it will add A1 plus I minus 2j is 2 to the power j is 0. So it will add the element at location A1 plus A0. So now the value of I is 2 and value of j is 0. So the processor P2 will compute, will check 2 minus 2 to the power 0, that is 1. So that is 1, and 1 is greater than equal to 0. So condition is satisfied. So at P2 will compute the sum, and it will store at A2, and A2 is A2 plus 2 minus 1, that is A1. Is it clear? So next P3, and P3 the value of I is 3, 0. It will remain same, and you can see 3 minus 1, that is 2, and it is greater than 0. So P3 will add at location A3, it will add the value of A3 plus A2. So going on, you can check it and clear it. So this is the important concept, and here we compare I minus 2j is greater than 0, and if it is greater than 0, then we add at location a of I plus a of I minus 2 to the power j, and here so this is for first iteration, and then for next iteration again we will use n minus 2 processor. So n minus 2 processor, and the value of j will again be 0, and so on and so forth. So in next iteration it will perform the computation n minus 2 for n minus 2 processor. So this is how we compute the prefix sum, and I think the concept is clear now. And now we analyze the algorithm. So you can see what is the total value. So you can see the j loop is performing log n logarithmic number of operation, and the spawn is it perform activate. It uses n minus processor, so it will take log n minus 1 time and plus log addition is performed log n time. So total time complexity of this algorithm will be log n. So is it clear? I think it is clear now. So here we stop, and we come to next problem of high performance computing in the next lecture. So I think everyone has clear with the concept. So we stop here.